Alright, welcome on back everybody. I figured we could go ahead and keep talking while the load screens are going, but basically it's Christmas Eve, and if you found this video, hopefully as part of a playlist. It depends on if I remember to do it. No, that's bad. One of these days I am going to take some time and come back and actually do fix up all the videos, and I've done most of them. Like, most of them are in playlists, so at least they're organized. So I'm going to have to, like, take some down, pass them around. 99 videos of nonsense on the wall. Alright, we'll just get food items. Wait. Oh, it's already selected. Okay, we're good. Anywho's, okay, close. Oh, there we go. Anyways, so yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody. What we've been talking about is religion and politics. Two of the prickly things that you really don't talk about during the holidays for fear of getting into some fights. I don't know. What can we do over here? Let's go over to Classy Courts. It's a good place. It's got a lot of loot. Um, anyways, there's just a lot of unnecessary animosity because of politics especially, but religion is up there too. And recently the Pope came out saying that they can bless same-sex marriages. So, and I think in a lot of Islamic places, homosexuality is still very frowned upon. I mean, but just to show you the relevance and the relation of it, it's only recently that, a lot of the Western, more Judeo-Christian, white, like Anglo-Saxon, however you want to classify most of what America is, most, not all. Oh, shoot. Whew. That was sloppy, but held on. Good. Okay. That's a downside to this area, is it does have some nice loot, so it's kind of popular. But I mean, you should assume to fight 1 to 3 people no matter where you land. A lot of times they'll derp out like bots or beginners, or, you know, they're not super difficult, hopefully. Alright. Okay. Oh, and then the relevance too. Like, trying to convince the Pope to say that cannabis is okay. It sounds like something a stoner from Colorado would do. Like, it sounds like it'd be in South Park. In fact, it pretty much has been, I'm sure. Like, references to Bud a lot. The creators were total stoners, and like, but at the same time, the more that America starts setting these trends, like weed isn't the devil, as it used to be. And America set that trend too, like the whole Nixon war on drugs, all the propaganda that I think if you did blow, you'd like your wife would be assaulted by black jazz musicians, like completely preposterous stuff. Like, and over the years, like people don't even know why they're so against certain things. I mean, oh, because it ruins lives. Well, does it ruin lives? Or does our reaction to it ruin lives? Like, because a lot of it is prison. Now you got to go on probation. Now you got to do this. But, like, oh, what about the health of the person using the substance? Oh, no, no worse than, a life of drinking alcohol would have done. From a medical standpoint, it's never made sense to even keep cannabis illegal, let alone, all the other things, treat them as seriously as we do. And a lot of that has religious ties. In other words, not based in reality or fact. There we go. That's good for when you're glitching out, because it'll blow them up wherever they are. Someone else? Yeah. So anyways, I mean, it's just, I'm not out here saying, yeah, go do drugs and all this. It's like, stop arresting people and throwing people in prison and jail And a lot of them come to Colorado. In fact, growing up Buena Vista, that's our biggest industry was the prison up there. Everybody worked for the prisons. Like, it used to be everybody worked for the mines up there in Leadville or whatnot. And then, you know, that shifted. So you've got a whole community of people whose income is based on imprisoning other people for things that are really not that big of a deal. And we have evidence of our leaders doing the exact same thing. George Bush with cocaine, like, you know, like he did a bunch of blow in college. Okay, so if somebody does a drug and then later like cleans up their life or whatever the you know the case may be, like, you know, as long as you're being successful, not hurting other people, like doing this, like, is this part so bad? And if it is, like, get them the treatment or help. Like, I mean, if they have an issue or if they're starting to spend, you know, well, any money is really too much money because a lot of that, it's extremely expensive because it's so illegal. Like, you know, that's like an unfortunate byproduct of making it into a black market. Yeah. It's like I'm getting shot at. I see where the one is. That's fine. Okay, now this one. Whew! That was intense. Oh, jeez. Whew. Down, Sparky. That was fun, though. Alright, so they even had a hired hand. A mercenary. So... Okay. So anyways, my point is a lot of communication, and this goes back to one of my favorite classes in college, which at the time was not, and I've said it many times before. I thought it was a ridiculous, stupid class. Like, I was taking all these programming classes, like, why do I gotta take this one? It was a journalism class, JTC, so already it was lesser than a computer science class. And again, I'm drastically, like, exaggerating all this stuff because I was susceptible to some of the same fallacies of miscommunication and bias that a lot of people are falling prey to, especially in political and religious circles. Now, back to, I forget where I was even going with all that. Oh yeah, communication. So, it is crucial for efficiency and all that. Like, so much in the world could be better if better communication was being utilized. Now, it is in most situations now, except for where, oh, is that, yeah? Oh. That's right, that would be the behavior of that, okay. And as more and more people study computer science, more and more people, are gonna start saying very similar things. I gotta be careful. That sounds like... The trick is to get close, but not too close. Whew! Oh yeah! Golden gun pistol! Alright. And I've been maxed out at 5,000 for quite a while now. Come on. Jeez. Alright, well. Should we go anywhere? Let's try to make our way to Lavish Lair eventually. Oh, wait. We can go ahead and do a bounty. That's always fun. Scare up another target. Maybe. Uh-oh. It's lagging. There we go. And so you just do it again. That's it. That's a big computer science thing. Like, if there's a deadlock that happens for whatever reason, go figure. So for whatever reason, the packet was dropped or whatever, it didn't go through the first time. It didn't take. And now, luckily, most people are conditioned or trained nowadays with the way technology works to just wait a second, refresh it, retry, like resend the request in a second. Now, you know what? I'm not too impressed with the music in this game. I mean, some of it's pretty good, but then others it's just like, it's kind of that cringeworthy awkwardness. Anyways, they're a game maker. They're not a music studio. I mean, I'm expecting a lot out of them. I love the game, and don't ever get me wrong. Like, I play this a lot, and I enjoy it a lot. Okay. Let's go and set this off just to attract people. Excuse me. So, and then we hightail it out of here. Keeping an eye on wherever this person is. So our bounty and someone with a medallion is in the area. Which is where? I feel like I should be able to see them. Like both of them, actually. This is kind of making me nervous. Well, I guess they're moving away. So the one yellow circle, like there's the yellow shaded area, that's the bounty. Oh yeah, our connection is completely gone. It's like X, red X. Well, anyways, just like having free education would reduce the cost of literally everything else in the world, because then they wouldn't have to be paying on student loans or, the investment that they had to take or whatever, like everybody would just be educated to the point where they could do a job, especially engineering or sciencey stuff, and then the expectation is they all just get paid a normal wage instead of, and that's what it is too. It's like the way that we got to keep people becoming increasingly expensive. It's not a sustainable business model. And if everything were cheaper, then we wouldn't have to do stuff like that. Like if you just made everything way affordable to where, even just flipping burgers at a Burger King or a McDonald's would be enough to live a comfortable life, be happy, and really it doesn't take much too. A PlayStation 5, like a few gaming systems, which, okay, a few $1,000s, a vehicle, so another, few $1,000s for a decent one, and then a house, about, a couple $100,000, and that's it. Like, to be successful in this world, that's about how much it costs. Now, if you look at movie stars, actors, politicians are a big one. They don't need all of what they have. Like, it's to the point where it's ridiculous. And no matter how much they feel like, oh yeah, I can help, I can redivert these funds, I can invest in charity galas or whatever, or, all the things you see in the House of Cards show. If you haven't seen that, you should check it out, because that is a very dark and grim look into American politics. And it's true. A lot of it is so true. Like, I mean, granted, some of it is razzle-dazzle to be a show, but I feel like we should... Oh. There we go. Them fighting over there. There's some fighting over there. But... okay, this is getting ridiculous. Whee! I love this game. And it does give you a little leeway. Like, you can drive on water for a sec, briefly. You just can't get crazy with it. Oh, someone's shooting at us. Were they just AFK? I mean, whatever the case. You gotta get comfortable with the drift. And how funny, we still made it over here. Whew, okay. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty now. Let's just go ahead and just go all in. Let's go fight. So that's basically it. Like, it could have been a Zoom call for a lot of politicians. We could afford to pay them a lot less, and instead turn that money to making it to where other things are less expensive. And that's a lot of what President Biden's doing with reinvesting in America. You know, the Build Back Better thing, all of that. Like, there's a lot of money being spent to try to fix the things that we need to fix. I was like, that might be... Oh, someone... Oh, the time expired. Oh, come on. What is that? That's a frenzy shotgun? Okay. And now my location is revealed. There we go. Another shield, and go ahead and use it. Let's go find some health. Oh, someone's capturing the loot island, which, no, thank you. That's just one big headache. Ah, and then they're coming. Well, let's go post up in here, go find some heals. Okay. It really could have been a Zoom call. It's such a profound thing. Like, I've been tagging it all over on X posts and stuff. Like, because if you think about it, diplomats and, you know, politicians and political people, for a long time, they've had to fly their private jets and, like, you know, go all the way across the world for what could have been a Zoom call. And whatever you want to consider it, like, it's just more, I don't know, showing respect. I think it's showing more respect to Earth and to all people equally by not doing those ridiculous things, like requiring an entire personal jet to go places. Like, you could just have your meetings online. Which is easier said than done for a lot of places because we still don't have internet worldwide. I mean, now Starlink is doing that. We've got like another, what is that, constellation of satellites from Amazon. Oh. There's someone here. There's someone. There we go. Where's the other person? I like this. I haven't done this. And then religion, too. Like, religion, being patient enough to hear people out and understand where they're coming from. Rather than just, you know, throwing the baby out with the bathwater, making it all bad just because you don't get it completely 100% right. Like, that's basically a lot of religious struggle right now is, you know, it's either got to be my way or the highway completely to the point where, you know, it gets violent, it gets ugly. So between politics and religion are the two main reasons that we even have violence at all anymore. Come on. I'm really bad at this. There we go. Okay. So the minute... Oh, no, it is closing in now, so we do have to move. I'm really bad about that, too. Like, I'll be all lollygagging or doing whatever, and all of a sudden I'll be in the storm. There's 4 people. One's back to my right. And then the other one's up ahead and to the left. That's just 2 of the 3 people that are out there to fight. Oh, man. This is not a good place to be, still outside of the circle as we go. Because I should start being able to see this one up here on the left. So how do I say? Close enough in between the 2. Ah! Oh, this is going to be violent. Okay. Let's see, there's some people's spillage. Oh, wait, no, that's that's the loot thing. Ooh. Such a bad idea. Okay. Where is this person? Also, I have 2 medallions, so they know very well that... Ah! Okay, so there's 2 people fighting. Alright, if we can shark, pick off the other person. Where are they? And they have to be like down there on the other side of the bridge somewhere. And then, where's that person? Oh. Shoot. Oh no, they're gonna go fight. Cool. Alright. Circles are overlapping over there. I just gotta... Oh no! The storm, like I was just jammering on about. Alright, whatever. We're gonna throw stealth out. Bye. Okay. Whew. Okay. So that's where one of them is. They're gonna be fighting, so that's good. And then we'll just kill whoever wins. Basically. Alright, and then keep that motorcycle handy. Come on. There. Now... Oh, okay. Come on. Fish. Ah, touche, sir, touche. Alright, that's probably good. We're at... Oh, no. We got time for another round. Let's go ahead and do it up. But, anyways, yeah. In the heart of peace, global peace, and global order, religion needs to be all-inclusive. All religions. They need to all give enough leeway to where it can be an interface of interconnectivity. Like, there's all sorts of different ways to look at it in computer sciencey ways. Basically, like modularity. Like, if you write a piece of code, or say you give a set of instructions on how to live a good life, for your area, you need to make it to where it can fit all areas. Or at least to the point where it doesn't hinder other areas. Now, and that's very vague, but you almost have to be. And then when you start, like, drilling down, like same-sex marriage, or whatever, like any 2 people, 2 human beings, should be able to partake in marriage. Like, not that marriage should even be that big of a thing anymore. I mean, it is part of a financial consideration. No more copyright. Anyways, it's gotten to the point where it's just silly. You know, and I can see, like, Monty Python doing skits about it, just like, how ridiculous. In fact, the Life of Brian, or The Meaning of Life, or no, The Meaning of Life, sorry, not The Life of Brian. They're both good movies, but the one I'm thinking of is more like talking about Christianity and how kind of backwards some of it is, because it's taken out of context. Like, if God existed and God popped up tomorrow, you know, he or she would be like, what are you doing? Why? I mean, think about, put yourself in their situation. Like, if you played The Sims or Sim City, you know, that's a great one where, you know, we pretend to be God and see what it's like to be God from above in designing stuff, right? And that's assuming that if God exists, that he or she controls the universe at that granularity or that finite of a level, like where they're actually controlling what a person does from day to day. And we have stuff like, what is that, Stranger Than Fiction? I think it is with Will Ferrell. And it's like, what if an author's story came to life? Or at least for just one character? I mean, I'm tempted to go to that gas station, but I feel like other people might have a better chance of already being there. This is not a good place to be. Let's just go here. Oh no. There's two people there. Classy courts it is, or Rebel's Roost, whatever. We're gonna have to run a bit. So, and I don't know, and that's why cannabis is such a big thing, because anybody that consumes cannabis, they're generally going to have a more laid-back view of like, whoa, why doesn't everybody just calm down, man? Or like, you know, that's being overly kind of almost offensive in the other direction, but, alright, God, no guns. Okay. Huh. Okay. Sorry, there is... Ooh. Where are they? Yes. Oh! I want to hire you. Jeez. Okay, so that glitched out, but that didn't matter. Alright. I like this shield thing, but then they broke our poise, so you see that where they shot us enough to where it... Yeah. So. Nice! Oh, Kinu! Oh, that's okay. Technically, we have a purple, pistol with this thing. I don't know. Anyways, let us go on. Let's get into our car. Oh, and let's get a bounty. So modularity and encapsulation means that writing code or fixing a problem in a certain way is usually fixed in a generic way to where it can either directly be applied to another problem or be slightly modified to where it can be applied to another system or another problem. And that's it. That's like tech in a nutshell, like trying to solve problems to achieve certain goals. And then the specs continually change, like they're the specifications, like what they want the tools to do. You know, because once they realize, oh wait, we could be doing all this, this, and this, then they wanted to do this, this, and this, and that becomes standard. So, and that's true with everything. It's like, you know, and why not? Now, granted, it's hard because in the design and development stage of producing goods, it's really hard to keep up with that. Because every time you build something, then it's like, it's already obsolete. Or now, you know, you spend all this time, money, and effort into building this thing, or, you know, then it's like, oh, now you gotta redo it. And that can be really expensive, and that can make or break entire careers, companies, you know, like, and we've learned all this stuff from, oh, she drops ammo. Is it a sheep? No. Doesn't matter. Where are you at? Okay. And I mean, and we let things get out of control. Capitalism too. Like, I mean, there are some criticisms for that, where there's like that social expectation of, especially around Christmas time. Like, what is it? A Jingle All the Way was a profound movie. Oh no, we're not going to be able to make it out of this. Oh well. where Arnold Schwarzenegger and this other guy, they're trying to fight for this toy, this doll, and they keep calling it a doll, which just seems really messed up. It's an action figure, and that goes back to whole like gender issues and stereotypical like, boy versus girl, what's appropriate, what's acceptable, when really there's a lot of the argument for that whole thing is we shouldn't have such an importance on what's okay for boys and what's okay for girls. Everything should just be okay for everybody, and we shouldn't get down on people for liking what's not normal, or like what's not gender normal. And that's a lot of what that whole argument is. And then a lot of other people that are against like using pronouns or acknowledging like they them type stuff or non-binary stuff. A lot of the issue is, or the back argument is, well, familiarity and like exposure to it is part of it, but also, oh, they killed them, and I just saw someone run by there. I don't know, miscommunication, a lot of it. Like, it's not that people are trying to show disrespect to other people. It's that here's another rule on top of all the rules that we already have for a situation. It's like a sledgehammer for a situation that calls for a hammer. Like, you know, whereas in the city, it might actually be more of a concern. Whereas in like the rural areas, there's still a concern. Like gender norms and gender rules should be fluid. Like we shouldn't have these expectations of, oh, that's a tomboy, like I know somebody, like I'm thinking of someone specifically that loved like sports and going to Avalanche and like wearing more stuff like that and doing more tomboy things and was outcast slightly because of it. And it's not okay. Like people shouldn't be, well, I don't know. And we're getting better about that, especially with communication technologies and just technology in general. Okay, come on. There we go. It doesn't matter if you like things that normally your sex wouldn't like. And then there's that distinction too. Ah. Oh, I should have put out I was going to put out the shield. Touche. Well, that's about 30 minutes. I don't know. I don't really want to leave that there. Like, let's just say that have an open mind with everybody. That's the best, most scalable way, is have an open mind, be friendly and cheerful until you can zero in on what needs to be done and what needs to be said. And then you can go from there. Like, don't use a sledgehammer for everything just because you can. And that's especially true with religion and politics. The two taboos are the two prickly things to talk about. So, anyways, I gotta go do some things. I will see you all later. I'll probably be back on this evening. Ta-ta for now, and hope you enjoyed some sloppy Fortnite. Alright, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody.